wealthy man walked in. I don't know about that. They all now they're getting ready for dinner, their last dinner. I love how they all have their. Remember back when there was no glam on Housewives? Those were the days, right? They all have their glam with them. Even like, I mean, Erika, who apparently can't afford things, has her glam. So she's there, that one's there, that one's, they're all getting ready for the dinner. And where are we now? We learn at the dinner that Kathy Hilton has because Boz takes a picture and she says, I'm gonna send it to my man. And then it just comes up, do you send your man do you send your man naked pictures of yourself? And apparently, some do. And Miss Hilton reveals that no, that is disgusting. And but she does have pictures of herself naked with Rick. And at Caesar's Palace. Is Caesar's Palace part of Hilton, by the way? Because I don't know why we're giving a shout out to Caesar. And maybe that is part, I think that is part of Hilton now. Um, that is Caesar's Palace, that it's sexy. They have the mirrors on top, and basically that she has naked pictures in a safe, in a vault, in a bank with her and Rick. Kind of funny. As I think Erika says, ew, and Kyle says, so, Kathy Hilton, darling. Well, Garcelle, Miss Abu Avay. You might know who you are as a mother and who you are in your career, but you have come to play this season too, Garcelle reveals. I have something to say. The table is shocked. Garcelle is actually getting in on the action. I have something to say, yes, Miss Abouve. Well, I would like everyone to know that Dorit reposted something that Teddi wrote. Now, you have got to be, Garcelle said it best a few scenes later. Teddi must be thrilled. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Garcelle. First of all, you're the one that's bringing up the Tedster, Theodora Mellenball. And this is the second time. The first time we broke the fourth wall. We learned that that might be part of the problem between Kyle and Dorit, is the fact that Dorit shaded or rolled her eyes about the mention about this lovely lady in the this lovely guy actually in the stand that went up to the microphone at BravoCon and asked the question about Kyle, stop trying to make Teddi happen. Dorit had a response and rolled her eyes, and Kyle was very upset. Let me be honest with you. Kyle will always choose Teodoro Mellenball over Dorit. But Garcelle girl, she does love it. The fact that you're saying that she loves it, you're speaking for all of us. Like that's what we were all thinking. Correct. But where I am with this is that why did you bring Teodoro Mellenball's name onto the show, girl? But I guess it was. Look, they bring a lot of things onto the show, like Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. We just maybe don't think we're going to see all of them. Um, you know what I mean? So that is that. But she brings up you reposted Teodoro. This is the second time Miss Teddi is mentioned this season. Am I really watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and having mentions of Teddi? Think about it. We're not mentioning, the rumor is that Erika was forbidden from filming with Rinna, which I believe Rinna was just with Kyle. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Rinna was hanging out with Kyle and Morgan. So Rinna was hanging out with Kyle and Morgan. The paparazzi were there, of course. But the rumor is that Erika was forbidden from bringing Rinna onto filming. Of course she was. It would just be too, it's not. Why does Camille get to film and Denise? Because Rinna is Rinna, and I mean that in like an actual compliment. would become bigger than the show. It would be a thing. I mean, it's Rinna. It would be to have such a visceral reaction. So I'm sure that she was told that. Is Kyle going to be told not to bring Teddi on? I'm not sure it's the same thing because we have Denise and we have this one. I'm not sure, but it doesn't shock me that rumor is that Erika was told not to bring Rinna onto filming, even though they're really friends. I mean, that's not really hard. They separate the two. But second time Teddi was mentioned, Garcelle said it best. I'm sure Teddi is loving this. And apparently Dorit has posted this post now. And will Teddi be back on Beverly Hills Housewives? I don't know. I mean, Teddi recently, speaking of Teddi for a minute, Teddi recently has elaborated on things ish with a horse trainer and said that she remembers her parents' divorce and it was very bitter. And her mom's name is Victoria and John Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp. They, to this day, they call her the other one, which she takes as an insult. Like John will say, like Teddi will say something that annoys her dad, and the father will say, "Okay, Victoria." You know, you could see that. I could see that playing out. Or she'll do something that annoys the mother, and the mother will say, "Okay, John," meaning like that's what your father says. So I get that. It's not nice. Teddi says, "I grew up in the middle of two parents that fought. It is not the way to do it. I will not do that." And she just let us know that she will not be speaking on this matter anymore. So everyone that wants an answer from Teddi about the horse trainer, we're not going to get it. She's spoken out about that. And she has elaborated, just in since we're talking about Teddi, I don't know if you guys saw this. She has said that as her for not anything to do with living with Kyle, but that even before that, she would speak to Kyle all the time. Okay, we know that. And that Kyle never, ever would talk about Dorit if they were not filming. And I mean, no shock that she's Team Kyle, and that Dorit, she said, I mean, she really laid in. Teddi slammed Dorit in the sense that she said that Dorit just likes to rip down a cigarette and Kyle likes to work out. So she's like, Dorit's into ripping down cigarettes. She means when she's driving down Laurel Canyon, that now infamous scene, and Kyle likes to just work out. And they're at different phases of their life. That sounds like a shade slam in everything else. From Teddi to Dorit, she's not being nice to Dorit, this Teddi, but she's saying Kyle never mentioned Dorit when they're not hanging out. And she doesn't even think that Dorit cares about Kyle when Kyle needed her the most, when Kyle was at her lowest, separating from Mauricio, who's rumored to be diddling and daddling for years. Ooh, diddling and daddling with all sorts of types, friends. That what did Dorit do? She showed a text from her good friend. So, I mean, look, Teddi kind of has a little bit of a point. But basically that Dorit has never been there for Kyle and basically rips down cigarettes and the other one works out and they have nothing in common and she doesn't think Dorit is a good friend to Kyle. Okay, well, there you go. Nothing shocking that she's on that side, but there you go. Teddi. So now Teddi's weighing in. But, the thing is, like, look, could I see Nene returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? I don't know. I mean, to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know, maybe if next season is horrible, but it's not like it's so likely. I mean, Bethany's never going to be back. Someone said, "Do you think Andy reconciled with Carol Radswell?" Radziwell. So Radswell. So we can have her on the next season of Roni to help the Roni